thought that would have been that bad. Stupid Discord, you and your weakness. I'm too powerful. But yeah, but so I'll give you an example on perception. Like some of the stuff, like this is what I just worked on today, but this is a cross of Video Leap mixed in with this is a cross between Video Leap mixed in with Wordle. So this is like my stuff. I did this in Keynote, if you're wondering. So Keynote's really powerful too. That was iMovie. This was iMovie. This is a render that the guy who invented this character paid to have somebody do for him. And I use it now in the beginning of anything with this character. And everything else you're seeing here that's Wordle mixed in with Video Leap. So the glowing effect, that's over 9,000. All the words that you're seeing in the balloons, I re-lettered all these pages. But I'm using Wordle, smoke, and the motion to make the tie move, twirls and stuff like that. So that's how I pretty much put all this off. But it's really powerful. Like between Wordle and anything else that you have, you can do damn near anything. So that's effect is Wordle with a green screen mixed in with Video Leap. That's how I'm doing the different blur effects and stuff like that. And the shaking hand is being done through this other program. The future impact, that's imperfect, is all being done with that. And I showed you guys this before, but this is me adding in the video and the sound onto it at the same time. So it's, like I said, it's stupidly powerful. Like you can do a lot on the iPad. That's why I keep telling people about Video Leap. If you have $70, if you want a good editing program that's not on a computer and you use your iPad, or if you use even a tablet a lot, this is also on Android. This program that I use to edit my videos, it's phenomenal. It's crazy how good this thing is. And I haven't even sat down and added music to stuff yet. And the rain effect, that's also from Wordle. But and the shining effect, there's these things called glow. You can also add that from Wordle. Like that's a bunch of displacements doing simple little pushes with a rain effect thrown on top. And like these little robot guys that are moving, that's Wordle. And then I took a water scene and I used it to create the displacement there. So you can actually look like the water is moving on the bottom and as the rain is hitting it. So, and I use a mask also. So like, yeah, like I said, with Wordle, the stuff you can pull off, it's nuts. It's very crazy. And with Video Leap, my panning and my switching of my camera, that's nuts also. And a lot of this, some of it may not make sense, but as I add sound and music to stuff, it's going to be more pronounced. It's going to make more sense. You're going to hear more clanging. You're going to be hearing a lot of different things. So you'll be able to tell like what's going on with it. So the idea too is you're seeing them all compile together, but this is everything done as Wordle pieces on their own. So each one of them are done separately, and then I mix them back in. So that's pretty much the trick of how I use Wordle. Like, that's how I did this scene. This scene is of those two characters walking away. That was the scene you saw before. That's the scene from the beginning. And this is the first one I did. Oh yeah, the reason is one of them was completely in black and white. So I know like when they do Batman, there's this actual Batman comic book series called Batman Black and White. Yeah, definitely. That's kind of why I created the black and white version of everything in this case. And my buddy Henry Wilson, who the guy who created the brother Jay Kelly introduced me to. This guy, I love the way he draws. His artwork looks like cartoon. It looks like a cartoon work. And this guy, he draws it's a mixture of like three different artists that I know, but he has such a I love the way he uses black and negative space. So it's really neat. And they're two different artists, but I like their work for different reasons. And the guy who drew this brother stuff that you're seeing here, he's the guy who drew the background of my screen also. I paid him like $100, like during the COVID time. I had gotten the stimulus check, and just to help him out too, I had him draw my characters for me, and that's how I got this background. And he did a really cool redesign of my character Blue Jay, so I started borrowing the look that he created. So there's a mixture of new versions of the armor and my old versions of my armor in there too. So yeah, it's really cool. That's the thing I love about working with artists. And it's the same thing, like I said, with Procreate. This is where I had to actually make everything nice and dark and black like that. And I do a lot of little fixes. And then this is the thing I was talking about, my Halloween thing, 31 days. So I did one picture every day. And that's going to be a game book I'm going to be doing. And what happened is my kids on day 15 said, I connected a few of the pictures, but they go, are all of them connected? And I was like, maybe. And then when they looked at the guy from day one and the guy on day 7 being held up by that Reaper, they go, isn't that the same guy? I'm like, why not? And I'm like, what if he's the same dude in number 2 that this magician, he's stopping from attacking him? I was like, hey, it's one whole story. And that's how that came about. And then once I decided they were one whole story, I kept on drawing certain characters over and over and over again, so you can start seeing how they're interconnected to each other. So that's kind of the trick for that. But like these last few images were really nice. So that's the cover of the book that I'm going to be doing. But you'll see the vampire, he's in at least 3 pictures. He's in this one, he's in this one, he's in that one. There she is as the magician. This is the Lich, her great uncle. So there she is again. That dude that you see talking to that giant SWAT monster is a werewolf. And that girl, she's a Draken. This mad scientist that you see here, and that ghost, that's the guy from day 3. That's that guy, that mad scientist. He has a mask called the Mask of Many Faces. There she is again using the spell book. And there's that mad scientist. This is what happened to his face. And there's this Mask of Many Faces. So like I draw them. Yeah. So, but you know what it really is? Take Doctor Strange and mix him in with The Last Airbender. This story kind of is what it is. It's called The Magician. And the magician is the most powerful magic user in the world. And that magician is the bridge between the human and the supernatural world. So that's kind of the story I came up with. And I have a story written for it. And so it can go on. Like this spider that you're seeing here is what made her magician suit. It weaved it, even the bracers and everything. So this spider is a special magical spider. And that's why it's so damn big also. That's her great uncle. He was the magician. And behind him, that's her father. He was the guy who became the magician after her great uncle. When her great uncle went kind of bad, the father decided to like take his place and he had to stop him. There's a ghost in the window. That's the great uncle again. The house you see here is this same house here that he's killing this guy in. So that's in the past. This is the present. And then you'll notice that there's ghosts all around it because I had to draw a haunted house. That's the girl before she becomes the magician. She was practicing witchcraft. And the story is she's part spirit and part human. That's why she's such a powerful magician. And here she's summoning a headsman, which is basically sort of like a headless horseman, but it's a demon that basically chops heads off. Her using a voodoo doll. There's that headsman I was talking about, wearing a pumpkin head, carrying his axe. There she is hexing that guy who she's hexing in the voodoo doll, who is also that werewolf I mentioned. That mermaid, she's related to the wizard. I mean to the witch slash magician. There's the werewolf. There's the girl that could transform into that dragon creature, and there's a psycho killer who's coming to attack him. Bad move for the psycho killer. The picture's called Campfire. That zombie is that girl's father. That girl, this is where she's getting cursed to be able to have the ability to transform into a dragon were-like creature. And this is because her father made a deal with this creature, with this dragon, and he's dead. So she's got to pay. Yeah, it's fun stuff. Headless, what do you call it? Headsman. That's Frankenstein. The dude with the gun back there, he's the werewolf. He used to be a hunter. That werewolf is over 300 or 400 years old. The Reaper. Grim Reapers basically appear to collect people that are either been killed by a supernatural being or is a supernatural being. That's what Reapers do in this world. That werewolf, he's the hunter, and he's the one the witch keeps hexing. There's the witch. There's that girl I keep talking about. This is what she turns into. It's a mix between a dragon and a werewolf. So it's like a were-dragon. There's that ghost. That's her great uncle, the original magician from this story. And there's her father, the magician who took the place of the uncle. And then this is a creature that the ghost of the great uncle had sent to attack the father. Yeah, it's all connected. The way Marvel used to be. And then it wasn't. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see if I can, I don't know how I'm going to send this picture.